Well, Piers Morgan has done it again, hasn't he? He's gotten the likes of Joy Reid, the insufferable Joy Reid, I should say, on his show, and it didn't really go too well for Joy Reid. Although Joy Reid will try and say that she did extremely well during the interview and that Piers Morgan was actually at fault. And believe it or not, there are people out there that actually support the likes of the dingbat Joy Reid, the woke dingbat, I should say. Now, if you remember, Joy Reid had her show cancelled on MSNBC because her ratings were abysmal and no one liked her because she was spouting a bunch of nonsense. And where has she been ever since? Well, she's got her own podcast, I believe it is, because lots of people that get their shows canned nowadays. They start their own podcast thinking that their name actually means something nowadays and people will follow along with them. I mean, if people don't like your show on live TV, why do you think they're going to like your show outside of live TV when it's a lot easier to watch your show on live TV as opposed to people actually having to search up your bloody name on a show and want to sit through the egregious things you have to say? Joy Reid is a racist. She is all of her so-called facts. She's an anti-Trumper, as we know. She's a radical dingbat. One of the craziest people that I've seen on TV, aside from Jen Psaki as well, and many others that are on the radical left, right? Now, am I saying that there aren't people on the right that are equally as crazy? I'm talking about Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Exactly. There's loads of these people that seemingly don't want to come to the middle and actually believe in common sense. But what's funny is Piers Morgan had her on his show, and there's two moments that I want to show you that absolutely brutal for Joy Reid. And I mean, I won't do this very often, but credit to Piers Morgan, man, for doing this. I think he knew that this was going to boost his own ratings for doing this because people don't really like Joy Reid, and the people that don't like Joy Reid will come and watch his show, and then you'll have people like myself that will react and respond to it. But here is a moment where, I mean, it kind of got annoying because Joy Reid just wouldn't be quiet, and Piers Morgan just kept saying, Joy, Joy, Joy. You'll see in this clip. Have a watch of it.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why don't you guess?
I don't know and don't care.
Well,
you
hang
tell
on,
me.
hang on. You don't know and you don't care. You've just given me...
Because it's not the issue.
You're
trying to make the issue the southern border.
Joy. You've just given me... Joy.
No. The point is...
Joy. You've just given me... Joy.
Was not dragging women and
let me finish.
Nursing babies apart and taking...
Joy. You've just given me...
I'm sure going to tell me it's your main issue.
You've just given me
but it's not my main issue. My main issue is that what we're seeing...
I'm trying to finish my sentence. You've just given me a lengthy monologue attacking Donald Trump's aggressive deportation policy. And I've simply said to you, there was a Democrat, a black Democrat president of the United States for 8 years. I'm simply asking, given that you're obviously all over every detail of the Trump deportation policy, and given you were on the airwaves in America on a daily basis through Obama's tenure, how many people did he deport in 8 years?
I do not know. You'll tell me, I'm sure.
Have a guess.
But it's probably more than 1 million people. I'm quite certain.
Have a
because
guess.
I think each 2 million.
Right, it was 3 million.
Okay. And your point being what?
My point being, are you as shocked by that as you are claiming to be by Trump?
It is not deportations
Many of them were brown.
That are shocking. Wait a minute. Can I answer your question?
The majority were brown.
For almost a minute, Joy Reid just started going off on this tangent, and all you hear Piers Morgan do, which actually got really annoying, Joy. I mean, if you guys didn't skip that, I mean, what are you doing? Why would you watch the whole thing? I had to watch it because I'm recording the damn thing to show you guys. But seriously, if you're watching that on your own free volition, like, what the hell? You like torture or something? It was actually pretty painful. But I mean, the point that Piers was trying to make is actually accurate. Joy Reid doesn't even know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years. I believe the number was 3 million or something along those lines. Doesn't matter their color. What mattered was if they were illegal, Barack Obama kicked them out of the country. So Barack was a black president and Democrat. Trump, on the other hand, sure, he's white, but Joy Reid's problem is she's actually a racist. She can't see that you can be racism is racism. Doesn't matter whether you're black or white. If you're racist to white people or black people, it's still racism, man. But this whole black entitlement attitude of, oh, we can't be racist to white people because they're too damn privileged. I mean, now it's just reversed, isn't it? Now the black people are getting away with racism and not much outrage. But I have to say, if we don't get outraged, then what's going to happen? They're going to get away with actual racism, isn't it? Like the thing that I don't get nowadays is what is this, especially on the left, what is this obsession with skin color? Like it makes a huge difference. The melanin in your skin somehow changes your entire perspective on life, especially in the 21st century, for goodness sake. Like you have a lot of freedom, a lot of opportunities nowadays, more so than before. Sure, black people back in the day were treated horribly. I can attest to that. Like it's absurd what happened to them. But now, for someone like Joy Reid, here is a woman that had so many opportunities, more so than white people, believe it or not. And yet she is so angry at white people, the victimhood class, that kind of stupid narrative. So that was the first clip that I wanted to show you. And here's the next one. It goes for about 4 minutes. And it's Piers Morgan actually humiliating Joy Reid, with Joy Reid pretty much doing it on her own volition. Have a watch.
Chip away, denaturalizing. That's Idi Amin behavior. There's a black fascist that you can compare it to.
Okay, let's move on to, I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. Let's watch this.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years. You know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, a 47% decrease in your election, in ratings from pre-election. But you told Marc Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show that the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that. So they were like, we don't like the name calling. And also I'm a black woman. So, I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe because I am a global South person myself, you know, I mean, as a black person, we have a different empathy toward other global South people when they are suffering. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
Now, Joy, I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers, that I find it actually quite charming.
You racialize more conversations in your tenure at MSNBC than any host in history.
All right, Mark. All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Marc Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialize everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognizes game. I get this is your game.
It's not my shtick.
And the bottom line,
it was your shtick.
It is your shtick, and everyone knows that it is.
Shtick.
Piers, we
people
understand
got bored
what
with
it is.
it.
And it is so interesting to me that you yourself, as a white European, find that when people of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on, well, Barack Obama was a black president, why don't you object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't put your, and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
I find it hilarious because you're the one. You're the one who said Donald Trump.
You and your friend Donald Trump.
You said Donald Trump is a white fascist.
Are so he is a well. I agree
and
with
yet
Mark
when Obama
Milley,
did the same thing,
last time I checked,
I'm not allowed to mention his skin color.
I agree with his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not black and said he's fascist. And Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core. Okay. So I happen to agree, and I know this is what it's important to you, with two very white gentlemen about Donald Trump's fascist tendencies.
Okay.
If that makes you sad and uncomfortable, I can't help you.
No, yes, it made me sad and uncomfortable. I think it makes you a little bit of a hypocrite, but that's different.
Why play the race card? Great question, Piers Morgan. I'll tell you why I play the race card, because it's victimhood mentality, plain and simple. Like, let's not take personal accountability for the fact that her show sucked. Let's just blame the executives for being racist. And then I'll spout that to loads of other dingbats that actually supposedly like Joy Reid still. And they're going to get angry. And you're going to have other people that have their own podcasts that go, oh, a black woman, she was fired from MSNBC. It must be because of racism. Come on the show, Joy. Tell us your story. And then Joy will just go, well, I think it was this. When I said this on the show, we lost white viewers. So therefore, that means that the white viewers were racist because I said something that was accurate, right? No, Joy Reid was just being a racist bigot, if you ask me. And it got her in trouble. People started to realize that she's a hateful, resentful little bigot. And a racist at that. So they didn't want to reward her show anymore. It's simple as that. It happens all the time. But does Joy Reid want to take personal responsibility, ladies and gentlemen? Hell no. That's too tough. I'm just going to play the race card. It's a lot more simple. And forget taking personal accountability. I mean, what happened to that nowadays, right? It's absolutely pathetic is what it is. And I mean, I got to give credit to Piers Morgan for the brutal takedown of, well, Joy Reid's own words. And you saw Joy Reid just try and worm her way out of it. Didn't actually work too well for her. But I mean, it's pure entertainment, isn't it? Actual entertainment. Like, oh, how the mighty have fallen, as it would seem. Imagine if we had like actual humble presenters nowadays. Imagine that. That would be something. Humble presenters that told the truth and admitted when they were wrong. I know for a fact that if I'm wrong about something, I am man enough to admit it. So, yeah, seems like we don't have many of those. They're a dying breed nowadays, unfortunately. But anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.